Jeff and Jeremy. It's like a radiogasm.
I said, hey, babe, check it out on the podcast.
Apple Podcast, Google Podcast,
and Spotify.
All this is going viral.
You never caused a big mess and just walked away from it? So nobody noticed that you caused a big mess?
Wait, say that again?
You've never caused a big mess and then just walked away from it because you caused a big mess? This is going back to what we were talking about yesterday with the kids falling off the cliff.
They weren't kids. They were adults with blue. One of them had blue hair.
Well, whatever. Everybody's a kid to me. Even people my age. I call you kid.
You know, I once was in a parking lot. I was pulling my truck into a space, and I scratched a woman's car with my bumper.
Yeah.
And no, I thought, oh, wow, no one's around. I did. I looked around. I said, hey, no one's around. I said, no, you're going to do the right thing. I do the right thing. I always try to do the right thing. But there's always that voice in your head that tells you to do the wrong thing because you could probably get away with it. And I know that in my life I've gotten away with stuff. But now that I'm older, I like to think that I always at least try to do the right thing.
My dad had a Chevy Silverado. And, wait, what was it? What are those things called? No, it's Chevy, they're Blazers, but it was the big Blazer. Not
Silverado's a truck.
Yeah.
Blazer is a four-wheel.
It was the
SUV, sorry.
It was the SUV, but it was like back before they made lots of SUVs.
The Blazer's a smaller SUV.
Yeah, his was like a 79, so it was bigger. It was like a big Blazer.
Oh, everything was big back then.
It was like a Bronco. It was Chevy's version of the Bronco.
I wish we could go back to the bigger cars. I don't like all these little cars.
They're
getting bigger than they used to be in the 90s. Remember the 90s?
Look who you guys all voted for president. That's not going to happen. You're not going to get bigger cars anytime soon.
1979 Blazer. I want to see what it looked like. I can't remember.
It was big. It was the Bronco counterpart. But
it looked just like a Bronco.
Yeah. So I was pulling out of a parking spot once, and
cool.
My car didn't have the Mustang, the Ford 84 Ford. No, not 84. Was it 84? 83.
I want to get
the
one
83 Ford Mustang had no power steering, so I really overcompensated whenever I was driving. Well, this was the first car I drove outside of my car, and I was pulling out of a parking spot at a place once somewhere in Federal Way, and I overcompensated it when I was turning out, and then I got on the gas, and it got the bumper up underneath the wheel well of a Camaro that was sitting next to me, and lifted it up off the ground. And then so I pulled forward calmly, and then I backed out at a better angle, and I laughed.
I'm sorry, you were laughing. What did you say you did?
I left. I just left. And I remember my friend Sean was in the car seat, in the passenger seat with me, and this look of disbelief was on his face. I said, "What?
You got to stop. You got to give me information."
I said, "What would you have done? My dad's going to kill me. No way I'm going to admit that to anybody." And then my dad asked me. He said, "Why is the bumper all bent up right here?" I was like, "Oh, gee, I don't know. Must have happened in a parking spot." I still to this day have not told my dad about that.
Unbelievable. And remember, I was the one that went through a stop sign and a barbed wire fence and then left because there was no one around. And when I saw the cop, I turned around. I was free and clear. I was gone. Yeah. And I went back, and then he wrote me a ticket for leaving the scene of an accident. Jerk.
I'm
like, I came back because I saw you. You weren't here. He says, you got to wait here for me.
I went to the Best Western in Wairika, California, where they have a continental breakfast, and my daughter really wanted waffles. I was like, all right, let's hit up the continental breakfast. You want waffles? We're going to get you some waffles. I broke the waffle machine, and waffle.
Okay, well, that you could
waffle batter was going out everywhere. And I was like trying to take the plastic thing up and shove it up in there. And
wait. What is a waffle machine? You don't just put the batter in a normal waffle?
No, you have to get your batter out of a dispenser and then go take it over to the waffle.
Oh, and was the dispenser the problem?
The dispenser was the problem, and it was automatic. So I got the batter, put it in a cup, and then when I went to turn it off, I was I guess I'm stronger than I think I am, and it broke, and then it just kept coming out like the thing.
Yeah,
so
that shouldn't have broke.
I tried to put that piece back up in there. Yeah. I just kept running out. And
you didn't yell, "Hey, we got a problem here!"
No, I look at my daughter. I set the dispenser next to it as it's running out. I said, come on, let's go. We're going to go to McDonald's.
Great example to set for your child.
Yeah, get out of trouble when you're in trouble.
Has she gotten herself into any trouble and then just ran away? Because that's what dad does.
She does the opposite. She's you.
I have I have a conscience. That's my problem. It bothers me too much.
She ran across her, we lead on this thing. The Easter Bunny comes around and gives them,
Yeah.
She ran across her Easter Bunny loot that we were setting
Before the bunny delivered it?
The stuff that we were setting aside for the bunny so he could, Yeah. And she come walking into me. She had tears running down her face.
Oh, no.
She's like, I may have seen my Easter presents. I was like, that's okay.
Why would she be crying about that? What do you guys tell her? That if she gets...
Well, she's not supposed to get into our drawers.
Oh.
She just was curious. And she's like, oh, what's in this drawer?
Were you Snoopy as a kid? I was through all my parents' stuff.
Only on Christmas presents.
There's some stuff that I found that I wish I would have never found.
I can see that, yeah. Just my Christmas presents. I used to open them up with
terrible thing.
Razor blades.
What was it? So they didn't know, and you could retape them. Is that why you used the blades?
Yeah, just put another piece of tape on there.
Okay.
I mean, that's the best way to do it. Except for you could tell there'd be like an extra piece of tape on there, but nobody looked that close.
It would ruin Christmas for you.
Mm-hmm. I didn't do it. I did it for a couple of years, and I was like, oh, this makes Christmas suck. I want to be surprised on Christmas morning.
So you realize it wasn't just about being selfish.
5th and 6th grade.
And
5th and 6th grade. I'll keep an eye on my kids in that time frame. Because that's when you get curious,
What other things have you done to set a really bad example for your kids? You want to share any more?
No.
After the break? 805-543-3693. I'm sure, I wish I had kids because I know that just brings up all these really funny, normal, natural things that happen, like when your kids call you on something. You can weigh in on the 805 beer lines if you'd like. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Jeff and Jeremy. Phone number is 805-543-3693.
Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
So Jeff just told me that it's something he does on Saturday mornings, cleaning up, and I have to guess what it is.
You love being there and done that so much, you want to come back for more.
Yes. Are the kids asleep? Is the house still pretty much in bed when you do this, or are they awake?
They're awake.
Okay. I mean, does that mean they're out in the area that you're cleaning?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's your second question.
No, that's the first question. That's what I'm asking. I'm asking if the kids are up where you're at when you're doing the cleaning.
I said yes.
Yeah, okay, that's one question.
And then you asked if they were in the area where they're at.
No, I didn't say that.
Are they awake?
I said, are they awake?
You said, are they awake?
And I
said yes.
I never finished the question.
You said, are they awake? I said yes. And then you said, are they out in the area? And I said yes.
Something you do in the morning.
So you get one more question.
Is it you're cleaning? You like to clean the lint out of the dryer.
That's easy. No.
And the last one. It's not going to be something stupid like dishes, is it? Because, that's easy. Clean the refrigerator.
Nope.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. Mop, vacuum.
Close. We bought this thing called, I don't even know what it's called. My wife bought it on Amazon, and it's amazing because like we vacuum. We have some rugs. We have rugs that are area rugs on the hardwood floors. And so those rugs look fine. They look clean, but we have dogs with white hair. And I sit there and this thing is like a squeegee, and then it's got these little rubber fingers on it all over the place. Mm-hmm. It's about yay wide.
To pick up the dog hair?
Yeah, and you squeegee it out of the
carpet?
The area rug or the carpet. We do it I use it on the stairs too because it's way more.
I saw this hack for your car for dog or cat hair in your car. Use this like a window squeegee to pull the hair up.
Yeah, but this has fingers on one side, squeegee on the second side.
Wow, that's good.
And what I do is I squeegee all off the area rugs, and I'm addicted. I'm addicted to it. I'm like, dude, I gotta get more. Until there's like no hairs coming up off the rug at all. And I'll do this for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I need to get all that hair off because I just can't stand the fact that there might be hair there. And I rotate. 1 week I'll do the area rugs. The next week I'll do the stairs. This week it's the stairs, Saturday morning stairs.
We have a in-house vacuum, and I had to clean out the trap in the garage. It's a big bucket. It's not 5 gallons, but it's every bit of 2 to 3. The whole thing was full of hair.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. I know that George sheds a lot, but it's like we used to have area rugs, and it looked nice on the hardwood floors, and right where the couch and the coffee table is, and we had to get rid of all of that because of his hair. It's just I have to vacuum every day almost. So I need a squeegee. I don't know what for. We have a mat in the kitchen. I can squeegee that.
My wife will send you the link because it was some kind of Amazon purchase like 2 years ago, and it sat in our garage.
Is it small enough to use in your car to get the hair out of your the floors of your car? Or if they might make one for the car.
They do make one, and we used to have one, but it wore out very quickly. It was like a one that flipped over like this, and it was only about yay big. And it would squeegee it all out, and then you'd suck it up with a vacuum cleaner. Not as good. It didn't work as good in the car as the one that we have for the house. I wish they had made one for the house as good as the one for the car as good as the one for the house. The one for the house works incredible, and it doesn't wear down. At least yet.
I would like to know about what that's called and look it up because
It's got a yellow handle, black.
Anybody who has an animal that sheds. I mean, literally, like
the cool thing about it is once you get the hair over there. Like you like have to vacuum it but no, you flip it over. It's got a squeegee on that side. You scoop it over to one pile. And
you have to.
You get it with the dustpan.
Can't stand all the hair.
It's great. And it gets dirt too. That's a fun thing to do.
Hey, yesterday.
Is that one of the things that I'm missing during the pandemic?
Yesterday I told you about my new gopher hawk was coming to get my gopher. Mm-hmm. Everybody swears by it. By the way, Lawn Boy Kevin was like, oh yeah, this is the one you want to get.
Decapitates the gopher inside the hole. Yeah.
So yesterday I get home and my wife set the trap and she did it completely wrong. And I had to I wanted to explain to her that she did it wrong. And boy, it sure came across wrong. And she thought I was correcting her. And anyways, I'll tell you what happened next.
Wake up. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
I'm sure you find yourself in this situation. You've been married and with the same person now for over 10 years. And kids. And there's got to be all kinds of times where you'd like to give your wife advice and you don't want to come across like you're telling her what to do because you know that will upset her. How do you do it? You got any tricks? Because, man, I'm really bad at this. Anytime I correct my wife on something or suggest another way to do it, it always comes across like to her that I'm telling her what to do and that she's stupid.
You have one or two choices. You can either walk away and let her do it and mess it up royally, or which sometimes I go either way, or I dig my feet in and I double down and I'm very insistent and say, no, you have to do it this way. Like my wife does this thing where whenever we get anything in the mail that needs to be put together, some assembly required, she tries to figure it out on her own without reading the directions.
And we've all done that, right?
No.
You never in your life tried to put something together? And you learn your lesson.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, wait, I have these extra pieces. Well, I don't need those. And then you realize, no, you really did need those. And
to the point where she always asked me to help. And then I say, did you read the directions? And she says, no. I said, I'm not going to help you until you read the directions. And she says, that's not very manly. And I was like, well, that's fine. I don't care.
She doesn't get mad at you?
I said, you know what's manly? Reading the directions.
That's not very manly. Oh, wear the man pants in this family. I'm not reading no directions.
You're not gonna help me? That's not very manly. Well, it's not manly not reading the directions either.
We're trying to get this gopher mole. I don't know. We had a gopher. We had a trap that got him. And now we have this mole, and it's been impossible. And I got something called a gopher hawk. And you and I, last week, I think, watched the video, or yesterday we watched the video on how to do it. And she did it completely wrong. And when I said, you didn't use the trap the correct way.
We didn't read the directions.
And she's like, well, I read the directions.
Well, you didn't read them right, or maybe watch a video and read the directions.
And so, looking for advice this morning, I'll tell you exactly how this happened and how easy it was to figure this out if she would have watched the video. But anyways, if she heard this conversation, she'd want to punch me. But
beforehand, you find the instructional video. And you're like, remember that thing that we got coming on the way? It's going to kill all the gophers? Check out this cool video, dude.
805-543-3693.